Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm with you. Cause we go back in time, the thrills I miss, and all the things I wish we did. All I know is that I need somebody like you. Cause I can't waste another night sitting here alone, hoping for your voice on the telephone. I know it's a supercut as you walk away, playing in my mind all the things I never. Close my eyes and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go.
Welcome. I'm Melancholy Melinda with Raccoon Eyes.
And I'm Linebacker Shoulder with no Raccoon Eyes, Martinez.
I've been in the sun all day. I'm drinking a little bit.
And I've gained 15 pounds during the pandemic, at least.
Let's celebrate with this handy-dandy, nondescript product from Wisconsin that I have in my hand.
And I have a non-alcoholic product, but this has been in there.
Yeah, Dina's like, do you want to have this that's been in the fridge for a year? I'm like, I'll try it. I don't think that's going to happen.
Is it not? Is it that bad?
Anyway, hi, everyone. I'm Greg Potter.
I'm Dina Nina Martinez.
And you're here with us for D&G Live.
Yes, you are. Thanks for being here.
I have to be honest, there's a lot to go over tonight. And I'm a little overwhelmed. And on top of it, we have Terry Barr coming in with us.
Oh my God, we have Terry Barr, you guys.
So I'm trying to breathe, center myself, possibly drink this bad beer. How are you? What's going on?
I'm well. Nothing's going. Today was a weird day. I don't know what I did.
You want to bring radio silence to us?
I do. Radio silence.
Hi, Cooper.
Sorry, the screen is. Oh, hi.
So what? Today was a weird day.
Yeah, I just have been really energetically low and otherwise really good though. But I was on a podcast that will be releasing in a couple of weeks called Near and Queer to My Heart from Amanda Golub, who's in.
I love that place.
Yes, New Orleans.
Okay.
Okay, Cooper. I watch this every week like Law and Order SVU. You're awesome. Thanks for watching every week. Do a watch party.
I wish every one of our guests was as into it as you are.
Me too.
Today I wanted to just be by myself, which turned out to me sitting at James Madison Park here in town with 2 or 3 friends showing up, and then we moved to an outdoor patio with drinks, and now I'm here.
So Greg was day drinking.
But what did we do last night?
We went to a drive-in movie theater
and watched Jaws.
And
talked and laughed through almost the entire movie. We probably pissed the teenagers off that were parked. Okay, first of all, I've got to commend Jefferson. Is that what?
Jefferson. The Highway 18 Jefferson.
What they did was they not only they're so good with social distancing and very strict with everything, but then also they didn't park cars in every stall. They just went
every other
stall, and which was great. But we sat on the side of our friend Christine's car and giggled a lot. And I think that the teenagers next to us who possibly were procreating we were not the sound effect that they needed to hear.
They were pretending to procreate. So throughout the whole
Wear a condom.
Throughout the whole entire movie, Greg was like, they're panicking like it's COVID.
It actually it was so relatable to to COVID right now, but it was a fake shark.
It was a fake shark.
COVID's real.
Richard Dreyfuss in his hot-ish days.
Richard Dreyfuss or the lead character? Because Dreyfuss.
I mean, he looked really cute.
Yeah, but I just kept screaming, Mr. Holland Opus.
But the main character, I don't even know his name. I'm
Dean
terrible.
and I both look at each other like, were you attracted to him before? 'Cause
I
wasn't.
don't remember
Now I
him being
am.
hot. And now, sorry, I got mosquito bites on my ankles, and they're itching like crazy.
You do you, boo.
Or it could just be psoriasis.
What else is going on? This was a really deep, heavy week for me, so I'm just missing people. So no one needs to hear about that bullshit.
I mean,
So
I
what's
think
up with
people wanna
you?
hear. I
Morning sucks.
was on Trans IRL on Thursday night and near and queer to my heart today, and like I feel like I'm guesting on everything, and it's been fun.
It's better than doing freebies at stand-up comedy nights in LA.
Fair.
2 drink minimum.
Fucking true drink minimums.
Those days hopefully are behind us.
I think those days are behind for everybody. They're just going to be doing free shows on Zoom for ever now.
Oh heavens!
Until the aliens come down and rescue us. Or eat us, one or the
other. We've had a lot of talks about aliens lately, because I told you how me and my mom were sitting. If you all don't know, the Travel Channel has now turned into ghost stories and alien stories. It's the Travel Channel,
aka Paranormal Channel.
So anyway, I was telling stories about my mom, and then we talked about last week's show. But then we got to the theater, and it looked like the alien spaceship was about to come down and take us all in Jefferson, Wisconsin.
Because there was this weird, not funnel cloud, but this weird white cloud cluster within the gray clouds behind it. And then there was lightning activity behind us and a big cornfield.
You read into it what you will. But
tell me that does not seem like an alien encounter area.
Right. There are times that we're going to talk about Jesus taking the wheel tonight.
Yes.
In this show.
Yes, there are.
But that was not one of them.
I'm always thinking about aliens. Always. Constantly. I know.
Bye, Cooper.
I'm weird.
She's like, no, I'm into this shit.
She's like, no, yeah, totally.
Okay, so yeah, that's
all right. Are we gonna dig into the news?
Let's go into it.
Blues.
There's a lot of shit that happened this week. I don't even know where to start.
Every week in the Trump presidency is a week.
Yeah, but this week specifically,
it's like 50 weeks in 1 week.
Can I start with I think the biggest thing that is being buried, and it should not be buried, is the fact that Herman Cain died this week.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to die from COVID-19. And I feel bad for his family, and that just sucks. But his last tweets and his last stuff was at the Trump campaign saying no one's wearing a mask, and that Trump's there. And we're not talking about it.
Of course
not. Yeah. So any thoughts? Anything further on that?
I don't. For the most part, the only time I'm paying attention to any kind of news is 2 hours before the show. Because I can't.
Well,
anybody else can? Is anybody else the same way? I binged on news for decades, 2 decades. And now at this point, I'm just like, I can't anything.
Well,
I can.
I know, but this week,
and I do.
This week, it's very hard to miss some of the stuff, though, because as well, speaking of deaths, Representative John Lewis.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wilford Brimley was what I was thinking.
I'm going to say a social justice activist, John Lewis, passed away. If you have not listened to Obama's speech at his funeral, it was brilliant. Obama was there.
So good.
Clinton was there. Bush was there. No Trump. He actually refused to show up to the funeral. Why do I keep getting the prize?
I know. I don't understand. Of course he's not going to show up. He's narcissistic and has no desire to participate in anything that's not all about him.
But here's also, I think, where
and he has no sense of decorum at all.
My expectations of because his cabinet and his group have fought against him. So my expectations that someone would have went from his administration, even Pence. But there's a story about Pence that we've got tonight.
But he's got
So
alien
Pence was-
demons having
Pence
sex
was
with
busy
everybody.
with the garbage truck. So we'll talk about that in a
To
second.
keep them busy so that they don't interrupt his taking over the world. He's very much the brain. I'm Pinky
I have
in the
to drink
brain.
this bad beer.
He's very much Pinky in the brain.
All right, I'm just going
So-
to keep going.
Okay, you go.
Because
Next.
speaking of Trump, and I'm going to try and get us off Trump because this is ridiculous. But okay, because I'm interested in what you have to say about this. So TikTok, Microsoft's going to buy TikTok. Microsoft and someone else, a D word. Anyway,
A D word.
I can look at. I have it.
I
up
love
here.
D words.
Anyway,
Dina?
so they're going to buy TikTok, but now because Trump is against it, they're holding off on the deal because TikTok's originally what they're saying is because TikTok is originally a Chinese company. Or is it that simple, or is it because that TikTok is really turning into this brilliant space for young social justice, social movement activism
Mhm.
that keeps fucking shit up? Like,
Yeah.
he's still pissed off because no one showed up in Tulsa,
And because
Oklahoma,
all those TikTokers signed up for it.
right? Like,
Yeah,
is
That's part of it.
okay.
I mean, I think there's a lot of talk about Chinese companies and what they the information that they give to the government. So who knows? Like, I don't know. Is it
Right,
substantiated?
but it's all excessive.
But
Like, if
come on,
you have a
I
good
can-
cracker, like a good, not a white person, a good like
There's one good cracker in the world.
like a good like internet. What's the word I'm looking for? Someone who can break into the internet.
Hacker.
Hacker, not cracker.
Cracker hacker.
If you have one really great cracker, they are hacker. I've been day drinking.
They
can find it.
Yeah, we're so concerned about our information getting into places, but hey, we are not a private society at all. 90 this is a legit statistic.
Pulling
Not a legit
statistics
statistic.
out of her ass.
90% of our country, their information's out everywhere. So as long as you don't fuck with my DNA,
You heard it here from
don't
football
infuse me
player
with alien
shoulders and raccoon
DNA.
eyes.
You
Although
heard it
I'm
first.
shocked that your boobs aren't out more.
Well,
Usually
it's
when you pop
not
your
on
collar,
this-
they're a little bit more.
Okay,
Okay, anyway.
I have to
What
put
do you
my
have
back
for
fat
news?
into the
What do you have for news?
into the front. What do I have for news?
Oh,
Oh,
why are we going to talk about this?
which part?
I tried to get us off Trump, but
Of course. Ooh, hey.
we knew that what you're about
Hey.
to say was going to happen. Many people have called it.
Yeah, I've been calling it. So, House Majority Whip Representative James Clyburn, who's a Democrat from South Carolina, says that Trump is he does not plan to leave the White House. And I see it.
Well, we've been
And this week he was like, let's just postpone the election because that's something you can do when you're
but he can't do it. That's a congressional vote.
right. But
And he does not have power over the House. And
I wouldn't put anything past this guy.
you're right. You're right.
With the
And that's-
collaboration
and
of the
we've got these-
reptilians and gray aliens, he's
I
powerful.
can't even with you right now. But we've had satirical
Terry's like, what have I gotten myself into?
satirical political commentators that have been like Samantha Bee, Bill Maher. They've all been saying this from the beginning, like so anyway. But this week he did that, but then also the steps to put these federal police into these cities. Thankfully, they've been removed out of Portland now, or they're on their way out.
They're
But then where are
probably
they going?
just-
It's like a
they're
touring
hiding in a
company of
warehouse. It's a touring-
stats. Anyway, hi.
armed military forces taking over American citizens' rights and a city near you.
Terry even said eek.
She
Eek.
did.
Oh dear. Good evening, Courtney. Anyway, hi.
Hi,
Laura.
Courtney.
What other news do you have? And if it's anything else with Trump, then
Well, it's the GOP convention. So the GOP convention is going to bar press from being involved. and they're going to stream the nomination process. But
what's the difference between that and then when they go to Colorado or that fancy resort that like the secret GOP people go to with the meet with the Koch brothers and like every year? Like, I mean, it's the same difference then. It's essentially.
Yeah. I mean, but it's the actual convention that's supposed to be public and
they're
open.
Just going to feed all the delegates Kool-Aid.
And yeah, maybe it'll be. Never mind. I don't wish that at all.
I'm going to send an empty envelope. Oh, I can't believe what it says, but I'm going to continue to say this to Mitch McConnell that says it's full of COVID. Breathe in deeply. I'm a horrible person. I don't wish that on anyone. I really
either.
don't.
I don't. Not even
that asshole who I'm going
McConnell.
to knock on doors in Kentucky to make sure that he goes out. Anyway, let's get off politics. We've got some fun stuff.
So the Boston Marathon. Next. So what's next? Okay, so this is the part where I have to put my producer hat on. So
Sochi. We did not have that together. Okay.
Where we talk about Sochi.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up the thing that I wanted to talk about.
You're so excited about this. Let's do it.
Speaking of, remember I said to come Jesus take the wheel? Well, I saw this meme this week when Pence's bus ran to do a trash, like a garbage truck. And the meme said, Jesus take the wheel.
It's good. But imagine
really
seeing
a
trash fire running into a garbage truck.
Right? Trick truck was were you day drinking?
No, day non-alcoholic boozing.
Keep going, or else I'm just gonna keep going.
Go, you're next.
All right. The Lincoln Project. Have you kept up with this at all?
I saw one thing.
The campaign is spreading really quickly. It's doing a beautiful job. But if you don't know what the Lincoln Project is, it is an organization it's a group of people that are doing a marketing campaign and awareness campaign to try and stop Trump from getting elected again. The funny thing about it is that one of the heads is Kellyanne Conway's husband, which is it makes my ears perk and like what's going on there.
But I feel like he's constantly been kind of anti.
Has he?
Yeah. Even from the get-go, I remember there being controversy around him being kind of not for Trump and she being like the lying mouthpiece of the government.
She's constantly wearing her knee pads is what Dina's saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you hear me?
She got new ones. They're Louis Vuitton knee pads that have rhinestones, but only on the sides so that they don't get knocked off.
All right.
Swarovski crystals.
Can you hear me with my foot in my mouth right now? Because I said we were not going to talk about Trump, and then I talked about Trump.
Oh my God, you talked about Trump.
One of my favorite memes this week is something that our best friend Christine sent to us. And it is this: someone took a picture of a little Gizmo. Gizmo isn't from Gremlins. At the sink and said, well, we might as well get 2020 started. And for all those who are not Gen X or older, if you've never seen the Gremlins, what happens is someone adds water to Gizmo, the Mogwai, and then more pop out. And then if they get fed after midnight, then they turn into a gremlin.
Yeah. Well, go watch it. It's they're really cute until they're not cute anymore. It's kind of like dating, you know.
It was a great meme that as we talked over each other, we tried to tell you about.
Sorry, I had to talk. I don't know why. So kind of in line with 2020 and Gizmo and like just get the damn thing wet and
I think you may have went on to a different conversation.
So Feminist Next Door, Emraz, EMRAZZ on Twitter said a murder alien charging out of SpaceX capsule would be very on brand for 2020. This is very alien. Next.
Okay, so I saw a meme this week that said, when your demon sex partner can't spend the night because he's got an early morning with the alien lizard people running the government. Yeah. Wait, did you just read that? No.
This is a very alien night. After Christine Levine, conversation with Christine Levine.
I'll post this on our Facebook. And the demon is leaving, but a picture of Trump in bed is still in bed. So that's why it's so funny. Okay.
Oh, it is Trump.
Okay. Social media. Did you see the new Nike campaign this week?
I did.
What do you think of it?
5 minutes before the show when we were talking, and you said, "Hey,"
And I said,
look
I
it
want
up
you to
now."
watch this. I was
Have I watched it? Yes,
I
have.
wasn't going to tell you all that. But anyway.
Yes, I watched it. I thought it was beautiful. It was so it's a split screen of sports because Nike, whatever.
And most of the
yeah.
most of the other world says Nike.
Okay,
So it's okay.
whatever.
Like South Africa,
Nike.
they say Nike.
Nike. Good
Anyway.
Nike.
Are you going to continue explaining
Go.
it, or
No, finish.
anyway? It's just this beautiful. It goes along with what Nike said originally with when we went into quarantine of play. Oh, what did they say? Shit, I remembered a second ago. Play inside, but play your heart out, or something like that. Anyway, and like looking at like professional sports are struggling right now, but this ad of all these professional athletes and all these teams are still like the camaraderie and like it's a beautiful ad.
It is a beautiful ad.
My steam was
very
really
much
drawn out when you stopped.
Sorry. It was lovely. Do you have anything else for Sososhi?
I think I do, but I forgot.
Oh, I have one more thing for Sososhi. I have actually two more things, but I can just do one thing. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but everybody is hating on Ellen. Like everybody's like, she's a terrible person. Her staff are like, we don't know if we have jobs. She's mean to us. You know, there's a lot of controversy. And so there was a report, although it's been denied by people that work for her, that somebody else is going to take her spot. Well, I think Kelly Clarkson is taking her spot, but that's my personal.
If only we knew who the executive producer of the Kelly Clarkson show was.
Who is it? I want to know.
You know who the producer is.
I want to. Yes.
Wait, do you not know?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, we know this person very well.
Yes.
Anyway,
so
we do have celebrity friends.
Names. And then so my favorite, I was on Twitter and it said, forget. And somebody was like, James Corden. And then they're like, James Corden's bad and mean in restaurants. And I'm like, he was not mean to me when he kissed my cheek and nuzzled my neck on stage at Pride. But this one lady posted, there's a promo video of a new talk show, daytime talk show with Drew Barrymore. And the promo video is Drew Barrymore interviewing little Drew Barrymore. And it's so cute.
That's hilarious. But I would prefer Drew Barrymore interviewing Drew Barrymore the time that she showed her boobs to John Letterman.
It was so cute to have an adult Drew Barrymore interviewing a little girl when she was on E.T. Drew Barrymore. It was just so cute. I loved it. So I'm all in Drew Barrymore is what I'm saying. What you watching?
Do you need help getting out?
Oh, okay. So our guest is here, but we've got one more segment. So we're gonna run through this real quickly.
We'll go over it really quickly, Terry. We promise.
Oh, yeah, that is the wrong one. This is why I should not be producer and talent at the same time.
So,
what you watching?
Because I want to get to Terry because I just want to talk to Terry.
You don't want to talk about what you're watching?
It's going to be called the Terry and Greg Show next week. Anyway, no, it's not.
It's going to be called the Dina and Terry Show.
Bitch, I can produce. Okay, I started watching, and I'm shocked that you haven't watched this yet. And last night I was trying to egg you on because I was like, I can't wait to tell you what I've been watching. The new Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix are phenomenal.
Oh, I watched them the first week they were out.
Why haven't we talked about this?
I thought we had. Maybe that happened right before we started up again.
Oh my gosh.
The first one's an alien one.
No, it's not.
Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix?
The first one was not an alien one. No. Anyway, that's what I'm watching.
I love it. I threw the wrong sheet away.
All right, I do want to talk to you quickly about this. And actually, I'm gonna ask Terry when she comes on about it because it's not out yet, but I want to ask her if she's seen it and what she thinks about it because I think it's kind of bullshit. So
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, I know. Okay, I know which one
we
you're
kind
talking
of talked about last night.
So I'm actually reading a book. And thank you. That's the segment. I'm just kidding. I'm reading The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman, and it's a prequel to Practical Magic, which was one of my favorite movies of all times. And it's so good.
Okay, this is not any judgment. I'm just asking out of curiosity for a friend.
It is not a teen.
Nope,
book.
not my question.
It's not a young adult
reading
genre.
or listening to it?
Reading. Words.
Okay,
I'm actually reading words.
She doesn't like to read.
I don't not like to read. I just don't have a lot of time to read because I'm traveling and doing things and being fantastic.
It's the ADD.
So I'm reading that.
That wasn't a judgment.
I am reading
I know
that.
many people that
No,
we love many people that don't have time to read.
It's just easier for me to listen when I'm driving. I can't look at a book when I'm driving.
If I listen to a book, it takes away from my podcast time.
And
That's
see,
fine,
I'm like,
yeah.
I would rather listen to a book and then listen to a podcast later at a different time.
Well, I'm glad that you're loving it. I feel like I should watch
It's really
Practical
good.
Magic
Yeah.
soon because I love that
I
movie.
watch it all the time.
Now I think that we should. I hear we have a guest.
Sugar Rush. I'm watching Sugar
Oh.
Rush as well.
Wait, what is?
Thank you,
What
everyone.
is Sugar Rush?
It's a cooking like competition show on Netflix.
Is it from
And
GB from Great Britain?
no, it's an American one. But what's his name? Oh my God, why am I? He's from Zumbo. Adriano Zumbo from Zumbo's Just Desserts. He's like the Macron King of Australia. He's on it and he's so hot. He's one of the judges. Okay, that's all. You're welcome.
We have an advertisement for you.
Yes.
Someone actually sponsors our show. So we're going to show that to you, and then we're going to come back with Terry Barr.
Only the toughest of beards will be tested.
Commence time machine.
Get your shave stick today and enjoy the evolution of your daily routine. And notice the new smoother you.
Hi, everyone. Our next guest is an Emmy Award-winning journalist, as well as the co-host on McGaw in the Morning on WOLX, Terry Barr.
Hello, people.
Terry.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Thank you for inviting me. I feel so special. It's so weird.
We love you.
You are so welcome. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I have been in love with you for a while, but really it happened the day that I came onto the show to make Bloody Mary.
Bloody
At
Marys.
7:30 a.m. or whenever it was.
We were like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So we were drinking Bloody Marys.
Right, exactly.
I love it. And
was-
we met years ago, and I just think you're so wonderful.
Dina, you know what's so funny? I was just saying how we were waiting in line to go into the theater, and you were just kind of sitting on the side waiting to, I think you were the next act after what we were going to watch. And I remember reading about you and then seeing you sitting there. I thought, I need to just go say hello. And we've been friends ever since. I fell in love with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask you a little bit about your biography.
Oh, dear.
Because I think that when I read up on you after we had like got to know each other a little bit better, I was like, holy moly, this amazing gem is in Madison. And I honestly, and this is just gonna this is not just to float your boat. Like we are lucky to have you here. Like you bring a lot of and expertise and brilliance to the game here. So like, when did you come to Madison?
We decided to come here in 2005. My husband and I are both from Wisconsin. We left just to go explore other things. We lived in other cities and other news, other news ventures, radio, TV, the whole deal. And we have here, and both of us were also a little concerned about our parents. And it seemed like a great time to come back. And honestly, my husband said the only place he would come back and live was Madison. So that really that narrowed things down. So we had to figure it out, and we were lucky enough to both work together for a couple of years at Channel 3 in Madison. Yeah, he still works there. I am now obviously in radio, and I think I have actually found my groove, maybe, because you can, as you guys know, you can be goofy and a lot more fun, and it's not as serious as the news, as I heard you guys talking about the news. Yeah.
Right. No, when we started our podcast in 2008, like it was the fact that like just you can be goofy, like you can like this is how it is. It's on the internet. So,
sorry, that was over talking. I was very excited about your lighting.
I know, me too. You know who's doing that? My husband, the TV photographer.
Get the light right.
I know. He came running in here. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I realized, oh, I must be in a shadow. Oh, dear. How are you two? How are you?
Oh, well, surprisingly.
I know. This sucks, doesn't it?
It really does. So are you doing the show remotely, or are you going into the studio?
No, we've been really fortunate. We are there every single day in studio. Jim, my co-host, and I. We have a big enough studio that we're lucky that we can be more than 6 feet apart. And the only other people in the entire building are another radio show down the hall. We never see them. We barely have any conversations because we're not supposed to. And if anybody of the four of us, if anybody would get sick with coronavirus, that would shut down this whole thing. Yeah. So we've been trying to be really careful, because being in studio is so important. As you guys know, you get to have call-ins, and we can't have guests. So we're doing guests over the phone, but it's that interaction with people that, if you're home, you can't often do that.
Yeah, totally. We're lucky that, hi Blythe, by the way.
Blythe, yay!
We're lucky that we are we're part of a quarantine, is what we call it. So we've been kind of close, other than from at the beginning when I was like, I can't get close to you. I'll hug you energetically. But we've been close for pretty much the whole duration. So if one of us gets sick, the other one's getting sick for sure. So
then at least you have each other,
right?
In
our studio, right? We can cry and cough on each other.
Yeah.
Weird.
Me and my moo-moo. Great.
Oh, your moo-moo.
I love a moo-moo.
Oh, and you wear a moo-moo well.
Thank you. But our studio is kind of separated from the rest of the office building, and then we come in and we're the only ones in here, and it's fun. So we've been fortunate in those respects. And thinking about like when we started even podcasting, nothing like this could.
Right.
No.
So it's magical.
Yeah. This has been wonderful, right? The whole idea of COVID-19 is like a bad dream, that we have this ability to connect through technology. Otherwise, oh my gosh, we would all be crazy, wouldn't we?
Well,
although I feel like I kind of am anyway. So
yeah, I was about to say I'm still kind of crazy.
Right, without the COVID.
Which is why I like you.
Yay.
Okay, so Terry, one thing that many people do not know about you, or that I'm guessing that they don't know about you, is that you won an Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell people what you won. Like,
oh my gosh,
gloat about yourself. Yes. Tell your story, because that's not a place that you can really do that on, on your morning show. So
no, and honestly,
doing here.
I've joked about now being on radio and being goofy and laughing for 4 hours and just having fun. And I said, I used to be a serious journalist. Yeah, and most people go, really, huh? And it was weird because you both know me, and I do like to have fun. I like to laugh, and I love great jokes. And news, though, was my heart for years and years, and it does take over your personality and your life and your soul, because you feel like you give it 24/7 to be that kind of journalist that you want to be. If you're investigating things, I mean, you got to kind of be on the ball all the time. You will laugh because the Emmy, we've been really lucky. We've won a lot of awards for a lot of great stories, but the Emmy was for one of the most fun things that we used to do at a TV station in Cincinnati. And it was the Labor Day fireworks show that we won an Emmy for. And it was so great because it was the entire team, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. Oh yeah, fireworks blast. Yeah.
You're so good at the words.
Yeah. So that was so cool. I know, that was so cool. And oh my gosh, working there, living there was amazing. Many great friends that are still our friends today. And as you know, you kind of get shipped all over the country and cover things. And wow, I don't think I would give any of that up, but there are days now that I'm happy I can just have fun. When I was listening to you guys do the news, I'm like, there it is. Yeah.
I was like, at least keep it kind of light.
Thank you.
Or dick open there once in a while. That always helps. We're on the internet, so we can say anything we want. So
I love it.
I hope we don't offend anyone that you work for.
Did.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just getting nervous about something that I saw on my phone.
Oh,
but I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good.
Okay, so before, when we were talking about our segment, What You Watching, I brought up, I was going to bring something up, and I'm curious also to know what you think about this. So I'm going to bring this up to the both of you. So on Amazon, there's about to be a new show that they're releasing called Radioactive, and it's about Madame Curie, and obviously the penicillin, and how it came about. But in the movie or in the show, they have given her superpowers and turned it very sci-fi. And I'm like, why? Why can't this woman just be a brilliant woman who changed medicine, how it ever was? Why does she have to also have superpowers? So yes, I know that the excitement sells, but if either one of you have any ideas on this of why I still should go watch it, please tell me. Or thoughts or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize the superpower thing. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. It's very.
And I'm like, aren't all women? Don't we all have superpowers?
Yeah. So that should just be a given, I guess.
Yeah. True. But it kind of came up like Doctor Who. At least the trailer.
And I love Doctor Who.
And I may have been stoned when I watched it. So that could be in there too.
I love it because I'm like, what woman doesn't want to go into a medical field and then also kick all alien zombie ass? That's my dream job. Cure COVID and kick alien zombie ass.
Yes. So okay. Well, thank you and thank you. So. Wait, did you have a question, or am I going to keep going?
So, in your long, illustrious career, you probably had the chance.
I feel like I've lost you guys in the hearing part here.
I'm
gonna unplug my earphones here.
I just screamed. Can everybody hear? Everybody. I'm like,
It's so sad. Nope, I'm not hearing you right now.
Oh no. So should we just type in the box, ask you questions, and let's pretend because I know
we can hear you.
I'll just smile because I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh no.
What is this? I can't unmute. Hello. Okay, technical difficulties. I love it.
Oh, you guys.
Right.
I can't type in the box, so. Give us one moment. We're going to get this all great. It's all going to be good. I'm good.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear them when you're listening?
I can. All right, Greg, take over for a sec.
Okay. I was gonna go on talking to Terry about something interesting.
Get out of it and then rejoin.
Oh, can I?
Oh my gosh.
And this isn't working. Oh, yay for technical difficulties.
It happens.
All right, so perfect.
Of all the days that I'm day drinking, that something would happen that I can't. Anyway.
I mean, it happens. Everybody's gone though. Oh, there's 4 people. Yay. Okay. Terry.
Ah, there you are.
Sometimes it's just so weird. Thanks for bearing with us, everyone.
So sorry, everyone. Oh my goodness.
So where we last left off, Dina was just about to say, in your illustrious career.
And your
Oh,
long
jeez. See, good thing I couldn't hear that.
I'm sure that you have interviewed some amazing people. Who
Aw.
has been your favorite?
Oh, wow. My favorite these days is musicians.
Okay.
Back in the day, though, wow, you guys, that's a really hard question.
Oh, good.
Oh, you know who? We were actually talking with our neighbors last night about this. We did interview Michelle Obama. Yes, she is as amazing, kind, brilliant, gorgeous, smart as you would think. And she took time with us. We were the only TV station in Madison to get that interview. And it was so cool. It really was amazing. It was when they were on the campaign trail, and she was brilliant. She was out there for him on her own. So it was, yeah, that was a really good one.
I'm dead. That
Oh!
I just want to touch you and be like, oh, Michelle Obama juice. That sounded
Yeah.
So
She was incredible.
speaking of live music though, because live music has it always been as big of a thing to you as it
Yes.
seems to be now? Because right before we went into quarantine, you were like in Florida or something, right? Like you were at all these different bands and concerts, and I was just right? Am I wrong on this? Like
No, you are right on.
And since we've met, I've just seen a lot of really interesting and like a passion for live music.
I love live music. And that was a part of, moving to Madison and knowing there was live music, live comedy. I thought, wow, we have hit the ticket. This is amazing. And to be able to support everybody who does this. My favorite band, and why we were traveling in March, we actually had tickets to see Kiss in Biloxi. And the day we flew down to Biloxi is the day they canceled their concert.
Oh.
So we got there and we thought, all right, we're on the beach. It's Biloxi. We don't know anybody. We might as well just have fun. We ended up, another Kiss fan was also going to come in that weekend and see George Thorogood on Saturday and Kiss on Sunday. And because he couldn't go to Kiss, he actually got a hold of us and gave us his George Thorogood tickets. So we still saw a concert at this tiny little venue, and it was amazing. George Thorogood rocks. Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
love that.
I know.
Lemonade out of lemons.
Oh man, and we had such a great time, and honestly, I can't wait to go back to Biloxi, Mississippi. Can you believe it?
I
Cute.
would never thought.
No, we didn't either.
There's something beautiful about the Gulf Coast. I really love the Alabama coastline, like in South Moon Island.
Yes.
Like it's just, so I get that. I'm not shocked by that.
Thank you.
So speaking of our little like technical difficulty that we just had,
Sorry.
No. It's a great segue into this. So being in this industry for so long,
Oh
when
no.
you think of technical difficulties, I'm just looking
Yes.
for good stories. What's one of the ones that pop up and you're like,
I have two.
okay.
Okay, and this goes back to my news days. Oh dear. We were the first ones on the scene of this really horrible crash. And because this really was before you could look up a lot of things on your phone. You still had to have a phone book to call people. And it's not that long ago, as you know. But I am walking around in the field where this car crashed. I deserved it. I stepped on a can of pop soda that must have been in the car, and it squirted all the way up my red suit.
Oh,
And I was so stinky, like people wouldn't even come near me, and I had to throw the suit away. But I was like, okay, I kind of deserve that, because I was walking around on the scene of this really bad crash looking for I don't know what, and then I stepped on a can of soda that squirted up my red suit. Yeah, that's bad. That's karma, I think. The other one was we were at a news conference, and it's really competitive. So you're kind of always watching all your competitors, kind of what's everybody doing? Okay, is somebody running out the door to be first live with the story? And I was working with two photographers, so I could take one photographer with me, leave the other one there to keep going on this news conference. And it was like a most wanted case. As I run across the street, I'm wearing heels like this, of course, and I trip, I fall, I break my heel, I wrecked my suit because I think I tore my skirt. And I'll be darned though if I wasn't the first one on the air, even though like I had fallen and my palms were bleeding, and I just kind of stood there and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna cry, but I'm not going to, because I need to be first on the air, and then I'll figure it out after that.
You're like, I'll cry after I'm professional.
Exactly.
They're saving for the air, and then they're saving for after the air.
Yes.
So-
After.
With all of your knowledge and your experience in this, and as we are in a very, very incredibly changing time when it comes to media and news and everything, what I don't want to get on negative, but I want to know, like, what do you see as a trend that's you see happening, or that you believe is going to happen, to enlighten us with how we get real news delivered and real information?
I think the biggest thing when it comes to your news, you need to take a couple of sources and compare and contrast, and then figure it out, what makes sense for you. I think what gets really tough is when you listen to talk shows and they say they're news people, or as I've heard one person call himself the greatest anchor man. He's a talk show. Such a huge difference, especially when it goes even from the national to the local levels. And I feel so bad for the local news folks who are out trying to trudge and do their job every day, and then they get compared to national news and to these other talk show hosts. You just really have to dive in and kind of figure out what's working best for you. But I would compare different sources too.
And it's really interesting because the vast majority of media that we have out there and news sources are news and commentary.
Exactly.
So there was I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a meme of all the media outlets and where they lie on the spectrum of politicization.
Ooh.
And it was very interesting because it seemed like USA Today and a couple of other were kind of right in that neutral ground where they give you just the facts, ma'am. What is your opinion? Because this is not a news show. What is your opinion on how people are perceiving the media now, and where they, like you said, look for multiple sources, but we're perceiving it way differently than we used to?
Oh, absolutely. I remember when I decided this is what I wanted to do, the journalism part of it, because my thing was I want to be able to make a difference and help people. And I think a lot of that has gotten lost in the hurry, hurry, hurry. Let's get the story on. Let's do this. Let's do social media too. Let's write a web story. There's so much that's just circulating now that makes it really hard for the actual journalists out there doing their job to be able to do everything and to do it all well. That being said, locally, they are trying so hard to bring both sides of every story locally to listeners, to viewers. And at the same time, they're treated really badly because most people also think they're the same as the national or the talk show hosts. And they're definitely not.
Yeah. It's a tough world.
It is mean out there these days, isn't
Right,
it?
and
Yeah.
I love that you said that though, about reminding us about local and what they're what they're trying to do locally. Because sometimes also local news is trying to also be engaging and and like on social media, and sometimes they're putting engaging posts out there that are actually like worsening the situation. And I've like had to like, there's a couple here that I've had to like send them emails like, this post isn't like, you're polarizing everyone here even more. Like that's not benefiting the community at all. And that's not your purpose here. Like and so everyone's fighting to get a piece of the pie while also trying to share the most like unbiased information as possible.
So everybody out there has been wondering what the male version of Karen is. It's Greg Potter.
Can I speak to your manager, please?
All the Karens.
My chicken is cold, and I'd like to speak to your manager.
Your news story was very polarizing.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I just had fun with that. I love you.
I will show you what I'm talking about. Anyway,
if Greg had a Karen haircut.
Oh,
okay. Thank you. So back to Terry. So, what are ways that you are keeping yourself sane during this?
I'm not doing well. I have seriously, I have really good days. I love to walk and bike, and that's been a really like a freeing thing, thank goodness. I also have my side, you guys get this, my side gig is I do social media and web content for small local businesses. That's kind of my other piece of my pie. And it's tough, as you know. Most of them are closed or have closed. If they're opening very slowly. So that's been a bummer for me, but a bummer more for them. I just wish them the best. Other than that, I know we can't travel really. I finally got to see my parents for the first time a couple of weeks ago, but even my mom was like, stay over there. Oh my goodness. Luckily, my husband is kind of in the same boat with media, so we can lean on each other. We have some great friends that we can be in touch with, but work is awesome, but sometimes it's also exhausting. And I know that's hard to explain, because you want to be the feel-good people, the happy people, the fun people, but some days you're not feeling feel-good or happy or fun. And somehow you turn that on, right? You turn it on, and maybe by the end of the show, then you do feel better. But
yeah, right.
Man, I mean, seriously, now what about you? I know you're doing this, which makes me so happy, but it's tough, right?
It is. It is. I love that you said that last piece, though. In my undergrad, I had a professor that often, like, part of acting, his theory of acting was if you get the biology moving, eventually the psychology will follow it. Like if you're acting like slow and restrained and, and like all bound up, your biology is going to follow that. But if you're light and fluffy, your psychology is going to meet that too. And so at the end of the show, yes, at the end of every one of our shows, like I'm ready to go and take on the world. But then,
Yeah.
it's every day it's a different ball of worms, and you're just having to cope. And I think finding those routines and what you can. Are you laughing at ball of worms?
I'm laughing at ball of worms because all I want is a graphic of ball of
Yes.
worms.
Let's draw one quick. Yeah.
I love that you can see my shoulder in here.
And I also, with work, it is exhausting sometimes. And it's not even just the, like, this part of work. It's, I mean, Terry, I don't know you that well, but I think I can gauge that you're almost as extroverted as I am. And being on like Zoom calls,
Yes.
like it's the extrovert in me is also trying to overcompensate for everyone else on the call too. And so I get off a Zoom call and I'm just like, oh, and I've been facilitating workshops on Zoom calls.
Ooh.
This is like, I love it, but also it's
Exhausting.
I've been like everything I'm doing, like we're getting ready to do Lady Laughs Comedy Festival and it's going to be virtual. We
Yes.
have Extra AF that's every other week now. And I'm luckily producing that and I'm not talent and producing. And then this show, and then of course I'm doing Dean Empowered lives on Dina Martinez with people, and like I feel like I'm busier than I was before.
Yeah.
Hoping that something's gonna stick and make me some money at some point in time.
Oh, I hear you. Yes.
When I'm not don't have my head in a curio cabinet crying or screaming or laughing maniacally. Or wearing a muumuu high with my dog. I'm here at the office plugging away.
Oh man. Thank you. Thank you
Starting
for
at the-
that.
You know, like all that stuff.
Well, I am thankful because for you, Terry, because I know once in a while when I'm in my car listening to WLX, I'm thankful to hear you and Jim's voice, but also all those other people that are having difficult days every single day or every other day, or how the same routines that, you know, the same cycles that we are all in. Like, I know that you and Jim are giving them joy, you know, making them laugh and making them dance in their car. And, you know, and that's something to really, as someone who's watching you and listening to you, that's something to celebrate in those moments that you're like, oh, I'm having a show.
Oh. Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank you. That is a wonderful reminder. And honestly, we cannot wait to have guests come back and visit us. So you too.
I
We're
would hate that.
my client is doing the Bloody Mary Fest again this year. We're about to launch everything.
Oh
but
my
it's
gosh.
drive through.
Oh,
So
that's
you and I will talk about this soon, because I think there's a way that you can definitely be more of assistance than just having me on the show. So,
that would be terrific. And I think we also need to have Dina on sometime soon just for some comic relief. Oh my goodness.
That would be terrible.
Tuesday mornings with Dina. If she's awake.
I will wake up early.
We can always do something a little later and record it. It's okay.
Pre-record.
Yeah.
Our time is getting there, but Terry,
Aw.
don't forget that both of us are in town, and that like I like to walk. So
And we go to dog parks. So if you want to dog park with us,
I would do that anytime because we don't have dogs. We have 3 cats, but I love dogs. So I would enjoy that very much.
we'll bring our dogs and you can
fantastic.
dog park with us.
That would be amazing.
So Terry Barr, you can find her at Terry Barr Media on all the socials, and then every day in the morning on WOLX, the McGraw in the morning show. McGaw. I keep saying McGraw. So
She's
sorry.
I know
she's
it's okay.
thinking Fight Club for children.
Jim actually likes that because he thinks people think he's related to Phil McGraw, Dr. Phil or whatever.
Oh.
He thinks, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh,
Well, thank
That's
you
so good.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
You.
Love you
Thank
both.
you.
Thank you so
Love you.
much.
Mwah. Awesome. So yeah, we've got just a few more moments coming up. We do have, do you have anything coming up?
No.
No. All right.
Week number 82 of Greg not having anything to do with his life.
Please make sure that you go to DinaandGregShow.com. And right now we have a chat we did with Ann Walker. You can sign up for the D&G Insider to get extra content as we move forward. We'll be creating more content and sharing that with all of our D&G Insiders for you first. And you get those things. And then, yeah.
Tune in next week. I don't have our...
Tune in next week when we have an undisclosed guest.
Our guest
from an undisclosed
I think I know who it is, and she's really fantastic, and she's been on our show before, but I need to double check. And next week, we have a new segment for you.
Oh, we're so excited about it.
Called What Movie Is It? Where I'm going to describe a movie to Dina in 45 seconds, and she is going to try and guess it.
And everybody else can try to listen and guess too.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Coming up on August 6th, which is Thursday at 7:30 Central, Extra AF Comedy will be live on Facebook and YouTube, just like D&G. And we've got Mary Kennedy from Shameless, as well as Kathy Boyd from Toronto, Devine Kerr from DC, Anya Bogo. She's Anya. I don't know how to say her last name. She's like a fighter, she's a fighter. And then, of course, the host will be...
She's a fighter.
Vanessa. She's like a professional fighter. Vanessa Tortolano will be the host. And then coming up, August 26th through the 29th and September 2nd through the 5th, International Lady Loves Comedy Festival will be at Lady Loves Comedy. And you can get your tickets/memberships on ladylovescomedy.com. And you can... Okay, that didn't work. Oh, here we go. Hi.
Fighting. That's what Dina said.
I did that. She's like a professional fighter. And then you can join, find words are hard.
Our
Find me on the
socials
social,
are right below
and
us
then
on the screen.
right there. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I've been Dina Nina Martinez.
I'm Greg Potter. Have a fantastic week.
See you next week. Mwah. I'm going to find it, I promise.
Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm with you. Cause we go back in time to thrills I miss and all the things I wish